Well, the party system in Scotland has to some extent always been different, but I think what we're seeing in this election, if the polls are correct, is that the party system in Scotland is diverging even more from the rest of the UK, so we could have a substantial contingent, it looks like, of SNP MPs in the House of Commons. And the way I think that will affect the UK is if you have perhaps the third largest party in the House of Commons being a party that's not represented in England at all, and that obviously has political and constitutional implications and might in that sense force politicians at the centre of the UK to think more about devolution and how it not only affects Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland, but how also devolution might affect the centre as well. Well, the Conservative Party went into the 2010 election with a target of 10 seats, and they've since conceded that target was over-ambitious, so I think their expectations in Scotland are more ambitious this time round. So I think they'll expect to hold on to David Mundell's seat, and they would maybe hope to pick up one or two more seats on a good night. But I think it says something about the state of the Conservative Party in Scotland that 3 seats would be considered an absolute triumph. And that shows you that the diminished expectations that Scotland has, but I don't think anyone in the centre of the Conservative Party is expecting that Scotland will be able to contribute much to Conservative numbers in the House of Commons. Well, certainly the polls just now suggest a very good election for the SNP. Jim Murphy and the Labour Party has been trying his best through various techniques to try and stem the flow of votes to the SNP, but it does look at the moment like the SNP are going to have a very good election in Scotland, and that obviously has implications not just for Scotland and the UK, but also for the Labour Party as well, where they might have expected that a significant number of Scottish MPs could have contributed to their numbers in the House of Commons as well. Well, it's certainly true that if the SNP are there in substantial numbers, then they might have a role to play. I think it was always unlikely the SNP would enter into a formal coalition with one of the other parties, but certainly the SNP have not ruled out some kind of more informal arrangement where they would perhaps support a budget or a Queen's speech in exchange for some concessions to Scotland. So I think that's certainly a possibility if no one party wins a majority in the House of Commons.